Hey guys, what's up? Hope everybody's having a good day out there today, and welcome back to the Fishing Teacher. Really appreciate you guys checking the video out today and spending a little time with me. Guys, today I want to have a conversation on wind, as far as fishing wind in the fall time of the year, because probably out of all the seasons, every season that you have, I can't think of another time of year where wind plays more of an important role as far as your techniques in catching fish. So we're going to get into that today's video. Also, guys, just a quick invitation. I want to invite everybody, if you haven't had a chance to subscribe here to the Fishing Teacher, much appreciated if you could hit that subscribe button. You know, we're really trying to hit that 20,000 subscriber mark and going to be working hard to do that. And also, thanks everybody that's been supporting the channel by using all the links we put in the description. All you guys out there that are using, you know, my Tackle Warehouse link for your tackle purchases, big thank you from me and the family here. We really appreciate that. Okay guys, every single season has factors involved with it that really outweigh others in determining the techniques that you're going to fish. And for me, out of all the years I've been bass fishing, wind plays a role every, season of the year, every month, but there's no more important time of year for wind than the fall time of the year. Specifically, if you have a certain set of conditions at the lake that you're fishing. Now, what I have found as far as wind, how wind activates fish and the techniques, it has to do with the direction of the wind, it has to do with the speed of the wind, and it has to do that in correlation with your water clarity. So the best conditions that you can have in bass fishing, for what we're going to talk about here today, which is shallow water power fishing, is on a lake where you have like over 2 foot of visibility and you've got a south wind of at least, say, 15 miles an hour. And you've got water temperatures that are in the 50s and 60s. Now, for most part of the country, it depends on where you're at, but for the majority of the population, this is going to be in the October or November time frame. So, like, for example, here in Missouri, I'm talking about mid-October to maybe the end of November is where we fall into that range of water temperatures in the 50s and 60s. Once you get that, it doesn't matter what lake you're fishing across the country, or whether you're in Texas or up north or my part of the country, the fish get more active shallow than they do any other time of the year under those conditions. If you have that right water clarity, the right wind speed, the wind direction, and the water temperature. And there's no better time of year to use and take advantage of that wind with power fishing than during that time frame. And the power fishing techniques I'm talking about are spinner baits, chatter baits, crank baits, glide baits, and big swim baits. All of the lures that you fish, fairly shallow in the water column, those are premium conditions for that type of fishing. It's like the wind and the combination of the water clarity and the water temperature will activate the fish in that depth zone that time of year better than any other time of year. So if you're fishing, let's say, for example, we're down here in my part of the country fishing in the Ozarks, excuse me, and it's the first week in November. We got a cloudy day, say the wind's blowing 15 miles an hour out of the south, water temperatures, let's say it's in 57, 58 degrees, we're gonna go catch a bunch of fish because that is a premium situation to catch fish on larger power fishing baits like the ones I just mentioned. That's another thing to remember, guys, is when the wind blows in the fall time of the year into those situations, you need to upsize your lures. You need to throw bigger spinner baits, bigger glide baits, bigger swim baits, bigger crank baits. Those fish are in active feeding mode and they'll take advantage of those larger prey. So the thing that you have to do that time of year is you have to chase the wind. And also it helps if you chase the shade. So if you go to an area, say you've got a rocky bank where there's some wind coming straight in on it, or you got some rocky points where the wind's hitting it at 15 miles an hour and you got some low light conditions, that's what you need to concentrate on. Stay away from those banks or the points where the wind is not hitting it very hard and go try to find those areas where the wind's coming in on it. Now, if the wind's blowing like over 20, obviously some areas may be unfishable, but try to stay and fish in the windiest areas that you can, because those fish that are up in there in that 2 to 5 foot zone, that activates them. That wind that breaks up the surface like that makes them feel a lot safer, and they chase the baits more and they go for bigger baits. So take advantage of it, man. If you guys got some fishing trips planned for this fall, like October, November, look at the weather forecast and try to pick you a day that the wind's going to be blowing and it's cloudy. Those are the two best fishing days you're going to have in the fall time of the year. if you get one of those days out there, like say it's the end of October, and you got a south wind blowing 15 or 20 miles an hour, and the temperatures are normal or maybe a little bit above normal, and you've got some cloud overcast or maybe even a light rain, you're going to catch them. Try to fish on those type of days, because it's fun, man. And another thing, guys, a lot of you guys that don't throw glide baits, if you want to throw glide bait and catch fish on it, that's going to be your best chance to do it. Mid to late fall, windy, cloudy days, that's when you're going to catch them on those big glide baits. So hope it helps out, guys. We'll talk later.